the back. I'm packing up. I'm moving east, and it's going to be a cross-country move, so I've been trying to do all that. But I've been trying to keep up with the videos, too. I've been trying to keep up with the videos. It's just been kind of hectic lately. So anyway, I've been tagged in a video tagging thing, I guess, is the best way to put it. Video Game Her started this tag the next person in line video, gaming history, to show them credentials, man, and it actually started from acquaintance of hers, and then she tagged several people, and then they tagged several people, and then they tagged several people, and then they tagged several people, and now it's finally to me, thanks to Irrelevant Gamer and Jimmy Burt Gaming. Thanks, guys, for tagging me, and yeah, let's get right to it. How old were you when you first started playing games? I was actually around 6 years old, and I remember it distinctly because my brother was actually the first console owner in the house. He had the NES. Basically, my dad got him the NES, and then after that, my dad noticed that I liked playing games too, so he ended up getting me an NES a year later, because I was sneaking into my brother's room and playing NES, and I really enjoyed it. And after games like Little Nemo's The Dream Master and Maniac Mansion and Castlevania and all the great titles, you know, of course there's Super Mario Bros. And Zelda and, you know, Double Dragon, and I mean there was just a mess of games on that console. I was hooked for life. Star Tropics, one of my favorite games of all time. I was just hooked for life. What is it about video games that you love? I love everything about them. I love the fact that you can go to different worlds that you would never get to see in this world. I love the fact that you can do things that you never could do. I like the puzzles. I like the different environments. I like the different animals. Seeing someone's art come to life on a screen is amazing to me. So I just love everything about gaming, and first and foremost over everything else, even though those are all great points, fun and enjoyment. I love it. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It takes me away from my hectic daily life, and yeah, I just love it, man. Can violent and graphic games be a bad influence on people? Well, there's been numerous reports, and there's been numerous studies, and there's been numerous things that state no. Unless you have a predisposition to committing a crime, or unless you have, you know, an illness or something that would click on from a video game, I guess it wouldn't affect you, but I don't think it affects you anyway. I think if you're going to do a crime, you're going to end up doing it anyway, with or without games. Games is just a convenient excuse, so I don't believe that at all, in my opinion. PC or console? See, this is a tough question because I love them both for different reasons. I like playing on both of them. I prefer on PC to play my MMOs. I prefer to play my RPGs. I prefer to play my MOBAs on PC. Massive multiplayer online games I prefer playing on PC. However, consoles do have their pros also, so both of them have pros and cons, so I can't really say which one I would prefer or which one I wouldn't. I just like gaming on them both. Do you watch Let's Players on YouTube, and if so, who? I actually don't watch Let's Players on YouTube unless you send me a video or unless someone else sends me a video. I really don't like watching Let's Players. I've always been that way, whether it be even outside things or chess or any type of game, whether it be, you know, football, baseball, chess, you know, gaming, it doesn't matter. I prefer to be a participant in it. I have nothing against Let's Players. I think what they're doing is great for the people that enjoy it, and I'm glad they provide entertainment for everybody else. It's just not for me. If you watch Let's Players, do you have a favorite? Oh, no. I don't have a favorite. Like I said, I basically just watch if it's sent to me. That's it. What is your favorite genre of game? I don't really have a favorite, but if I had to pick one, I would say RPGs, just because they are more immersive, they're bigger worlds, They're longer, there's more content in them, so I feel like I'm getting fulfilled. But then again, I like shorter games too. It really depends on how well the shorter games or the longer games are done. So if I had to pick, I'd say RPGs, but I really do not have a favorite. I'm pretty much your utility gamer. I like all types of games. I don't care if it's platformers, puzzle games, RPGs, JRPGs, FPSs. I basically play them all. Are you an old school gamer, or do you like getting the newest consoles? I'm an old school gamer that likes getting the newest consoles. I enjoy going back sometimes. Like, I'll even go back to my original Game Boy. I had the clear Game Boy that was just black and white, that was like kind of like, it was huge, okay? It was pretty bulky compared to, you know, the Game Boy Color or the Game Boys that you have now. Now you have 3DS and everything else, which is even more bulky, but back then you had this like block, you know, with just a screen on it, and it was black and white, and mine was clear. And I even like to go back and play that every once in a while. I like to go back and play the old NES games. Of course, there are emulators if PC players want to play the old games. It's nice to go back and for the nostalgia factor of it, but of course, everyone likes to progress in gaming and get that new experience. So yeah, I like to progress and go back and play the old games if I have time to. Nintendo or Sega? See, this one's... Okay, first of all, they didn't have the console war like they have it now. Like, it wasn't, if you have Sega and I have Nintendo, we're not friends. That's really not the way it was. It was, if you have a Sega and I have a Nintendo, you would come over and spend the night one weekend, and I'd go over to your place and spend the night the next weekend until we both can afford a Sega and a Nintendo, and then we have both of those in our house. So it was never this console war between the consoles, which one is better, which one is more successful, etc., etc. Even though marketing and everything else was there to do that, it really wasn't the case, at least where I was at. You know, I would say that Nintendo had the better commercials. You know, you had the three girls, you know, Mario with the, you know, with the plunger, and then all Genesis had was a very Genesis did have a catchy tune though. They had Genesis Does, you know, and it was there, but we really didn't pay attention to it. So I'd say both. I enjoyed them both. If Sega was still around, I guarantee you I'd have a Sega console and a Nintendo console. So both of them. Favorite and least favorite video game character. Okay, well, I have two favorites. I have, my favorite bad guy of all time is obviously Sephiroth. Okay, hands down, obviously Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII is my favorite bad guy of all time, and of course he was in Kingdom Hearts, and of course he was in several other games, Crisis Core, stuff like that, but he's my favorite bad guy of all time. Right up there with Wesker. Right up there with Wesker. I really like Wesker too. But my favorite good guy of all time is probably Leon. I would say Leon just overall. You know, if I had to pick one, then it'd be Leon. But I really do like basically all of them. Oh, my least favorite character of all time. Frogger. I hated playing that damn little frog, man. I hated Frogger, and that damn dog from Duck Hunt. I'm better now. Okay, are you a Let's Player? And if yes, what influenced you to make a gaming channel? If no, would you ever consider making one? I really couldn't do the Let's Plays. Mainly because I just wouldn't have the time to do it, and I wouldn't have the patience to do it. I have other things I gotta do. I love getting my achievements and everything else, but I just don't have time to do a Let's Play channel. The closest I get to Let's Plays is like the gameplay. When I'm doing my commentaries and doing my reviews and stuff like that. That's the closest I get to Let's Plays. I just don't have the time to do it. Would I make one? If I had the time to do it, I wouldn't mind making one, but I don't have the time. Favorite video game soundtrack? See, now this is a hard one because there's so many great franchises out there, but I would have to say, Chrono Trigger. Anything Final Fantasy, I'm a sucker for. But definitely Chrono Trigger, anything Final Fantasy. Metal Gear Solid had a great soundtrack. Parasite Eve had a great soundtrack. But as far as atmosphere is concerned, if I had to pick atmosphere, my new favorite is Alien Isolation. My new favorite, Alien Isolation, hands down. Game recommendations. Well, if you're an RPG lover, Dust and Elysian Tale, you have to get. Okay, you have to get it. Absolutely. If you didn't get it on off of Steam yet, or you haven't gotten it on the PlayStation yet, or on the Xbox yet, Dust and Elysian Tale, get that. Definitely get Dragon Age. If you're talking FPSs, I recommend Alien Isolation. I recommend anything Call of Duty. Destiny's pretty good too. Any platformers, of course, any platformers. You're gonna go with Mario. You're gonna go with Donkey Kong. You're gonna go with, you know, the standard Nintendo games. Or of course, there's those PC ports and PC games. Trine is a great platformer, and Strider is a great platformer. There's some great platformers that you can pick, and driving game, of course, Mario Kart. It really depends on what you like. There's plenty of things to get. You know, Resogun is another one I would recommend for those of you on PlayStation who haven't played that. I mean, there's a lot of games I could recommend, and I could go all day on it. But you know, it really depends on you know, what you like as a person. If you could be any character from any game, who would you be and why? Titus from FF10 or Mike from Star Tropics. And the reason being is I've always been fascinated with going to sleep and waking up in a new world. You know, just waking up somewhere else. And I thought the way they did Final Fantasy X was great. Titus, the whole world was counting on him. A star in Blitzball, just the whole lore and everything, it was great. And of course Mike, you know, being able to travel through different time periods and being able to, you know, searching for the doctor. Yeah, I would either or. Who do you tag? Okay, I wrote them down. Beedrew1111, Lone Wolf Inc., Terminator Juice, Thuggy Plus, Justice Games, Maurice Charles, Brimstone, and AG to God. I don't know how much that goes, but that's like 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 people. Those are the ones I tagged. So yeah, all you guys got to do a video like this. This has been Zero. Keep gaming, gamers, and I'll see all of you guys and gals next time.